If you literally want to get stopped in the street and complimented on how good you smell, you have come to the right place. This is the ultimate feminine hygiene routine, aka how to smell amazing all day, aka how to smell like a clean girl, aka how to have people literally fall at your feet and confess their love for you because you smell that good. In this video, we are going to be going over everything so you can get your hygiene routine down pat. Plus, we're going to keep this affordable because you do not need to be spending hundreds of pounds to smell clean and fresh. So without further ado, let's get into the routine. Okay, I feel like the most logical place to start is body care. Having your body hygiene right is crucial because if that's not right, nothing else you do is going to matter. I feel like it's pretty obvious that body hygiene is going to start in the shower. So let's get into body washes that are actually worth your money and most importantly, going to get the job done. Okay, so I don't mess around when it comes to body wash. I am a double cleanse kind of girl. So first we're going in with a body wash that is actually going to get us clean. And I know what you might be thinking, don't all body washes do that? You would be surprised. No, not all body washes are made equal, I can promise you that. So I like to go in first with a bar of soap. I like the Dove Beauty Bars. I think these are great. They're especially great if you have sensitive skin. And the reason I do this is because most bar soaps are designed to remove sweat, dirt, bacteria effectively. Whereas a lot of other body washes tend to focus less on actually getting a proper clean and more just leaving a nice scent. So really getting in there and making sure that your body is completely clean first is going to be key. Which leads me on to my next thing, which is having a tool to clean yourself with. Now you can use what you like here. If you're using a loofah, I would recommend replacing it frequently because they are known to harbour bacteria in the little folds of the material. I don't actually know what they're made of. Anyways, but I would recommend either a washcloth because then that way you can just stick it in the wash with your towels and stuff and you can clean it regularly. Or my personal favourite, let me just grab it, is an African net sponge. I swear by these. Not only are they a lot more environmentally friendly because they are more durable so you don't need to replace them as often. The material is like knotted together so it has these holes in it, which means it's super lightweight and it dries easier, so it tends to stay damp less time than a loofah and so therefore it harbours less bacteria. But also you can, like a washcloth, stick these in the wash and cleanse them, and I've had this one for a while now and I love it. It also is so amazing for like exfoliating. It's gonna like scrape off that top layer of dead skin cells, which is exactly what we want. So once you've completed that first step, then you can go in with your lovely scented product. So for me, my skin is more on the sensitive side, so I have to be a little bit careful about what kind of fragrance products I use. But my favorite body wash of all time is, no offense to the brand, not the most aesthetic, but something about the smell of this Sanex Zero hyperallergenic nourishing body wash. Like it feels like such like a grandmother body wash, but the smell of this, it is fragranced, but it's meant for more sensitive skin. I don't find it irritating. It smells amazing. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a muskier scent, I think. It's phenomenal. And the scent lingers. Like when I've showered and I get out the shower, even for hours afterwards, I can still smell it on my skin. It's super hydrating, super nourishing, and I just love it. I would really recommend, if you have sensitive skin, to look at Sanex. They have some amazing products, super affordable and super gentle. However, on special occasions, I do like to indulge and use a scented product. It's nice. I can't get away with doing it all the time, but once in a while, it's fine. And I love the Sanctuary Spa body washes. Like all of them smell amazing, but my favorite is the, I believe it's like Lily and Rose one. It smells like an English country garden. It is beautiful. The scent lasts hours. I love it, and they are super affordable. You can get them from most drugstores. Another one I love is from Bayliss and Harding, I believe, and it's a rose and geranium one. I used this at university and the smell reminds me of it now, but it just is phenomenal. Again, I don't really have as many issues with using that like frequently. But again, if I've got like a flare up of eczema or something like that, sometimes it can sting, so I tend to just try and use it once in a while. But if you don't have sensitive skin, that won't be an issue for you. They smell amazing. It's like the ultimate like soft girl scent. Just phenomenal. Okay, next is exfoliation. So this is something you are going to want to do like maybe 1 to 2 times a week, but no more than that, especially if you are using a tool like an African net sponge or a loofah or a washcloth, because you are already getting rid of that like top layer of dead skin. So doing like more of a deeper exfoliation is really only necessary 1 to 2 times a week. Now, I would say when this is most important is before you are doing some form of hair removal, whether that's shaving or waxing or anything. Exfoliating your skin beforehand is the key to getting that smooth, even hair removal. So some of my favorite exfoliating products are obviously the Dove exfoliating body scrub. All of Dove's exfoliating products are just amazing. This one is the pomegranate and shea butter one, and it smells so good. It smells amazing. It smells like pomegranate and it just leaves such a lovely scent. I also love that their exfoliating grit, I suppose, is not too harsh because we don't want to be causing like micro tears or anything like that. We just want to be like getting rid of that dead skin, you know? And I just find that these work beautifully. The other scrubs I love are also from Sanctuary Spa. Previously, I've used the Sanctuary Spa Pink Himalayan Salt Scrub. That is amazing. Again, it smells phenomenal. I love, it's like more of a thicker, it's more of a thicker scrub than the Dove ones. Okay, so for me personally, the hair removal methods that I use on my underarms and the girl, I wax. I know. Am I a masochist? Yes. And I do it myself. I know. But the results are worth it, okay? Do my eyes water at the thought of it? Yes. Okay. Was the first time I did it traumatizing? Yes. Do I recommend it? Probably not. See a professional. But I'm too shy and I figured it out, okay? I used the Veet Sugar Wax. I heard it's supposed to be less painful, and I will say, like, from using traditional like wax strips, it definitely is less painful. That doesn't mean not painful. So yes, that is what I use for that. So it is really important to exfoliate before you wax like that because it helps the wax attach better to the hairs and you get like that cleaner wax. With my legs, I have finer hair and I've tried waxing. The wax just doesn't really grip it as well as I'd like and I never really get the results I want. So I do shave my legs. Because the skin on your legs tends to be a little bit more resilient than the skin on the rest of your body, it like tends to be a little bit less sensitive, especially for me, is I'll use a scrub along with an exfoliating mitt. This works really well for getting a good exfoliation and like a clean shave because of that exfoliation, but also I feel like it makes the product go further than if you just use your hands because it kind of helps carry it and lather it up, and it's also exfoliating your skin in its own right. So I'd really recommend if you are using exfoliating product, use it alongside a exfoliating mitt, especially if it is like a finer coarse scrub like the Dove one, to really get that exfoliation. But again, be a little bit more careful around like sensitive areas because again, you don't want to be causing any like tearing or irritation or anything like that. But when it comes to actually shaving, I like to use the Venus razors, specifically the 5-blade ones. I know these can get a little bit pricey, I have to say. I tend to just try and like keep my eyes peeled for when like supermarkets or drugstores have deals on. They have them all the time. You can get, you know, money off them, and I would recommend kind of stocking up then because they can get a little pricey, I will admit. Or you can just use men's razors. They tend to be cheaper, which is dumb in my opinion. Like, why are they cheaper than women's? That's ridiculous. But anyways, pink tax, I guess. But I do really like these ones. I get on really well, again, for someone with sensitive skin. With 5-blade razors, I tend to get a closer shave, and for some reason I seem to cut myself less. I don't know if there's a science behind that or whether it's just like me, but I have been using these for years. I get the best results with them and I would definitely recommend. When it comes to what I actually put on my legs to shave, I must admit I tend to just use conditioner. I find that it works really well. Me and my sister, we'd share this like cheap bottle of conditioner that we got from Sainsbury's. It works well for both of us. I mean, obviously be a little bit careful if you are shaving down there because you don't want to be putting like these kind of scented products anywhere near more sensitive areas, but as we have discussed, I wax, so. But if you are looking for a good affordable shaving gel, shaving foam, you know, Estrid does some really good ones. They seem to be very affordable. I've tried them a few times. I like them, but again, I feel like from a price perspective, I get the same kind of result from just using a cheap conditioner. So it's kind of your call, whatever you feel like works best for you. Okay, now on to hair. Hair plays a bigger role in how you smell than you might expect. Your hair can hold scent really well, so you can either use this to your advantage or it can be a disadvantage. I think I can speak for everyone when I say no one likes the smell of a dirty scalp. So to avoid it, here's what we're going to do. Okay, so firstly, let's talk shampoo and conditioner. So for shampoo, you are going to want something that really gets in there and breaks down all that oil, sweat, product buildup, dandruff, everything. So a really great clarifying shampoo is the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore shampoo. It has apple cider vinegar and peppermint, so it's going to have your scalp feeling really fresh and clean. Another great clarifying shampoo is the Aveeno Clarify and Shine shampoo. It also contains apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is just really great for like deeply cleansing the scalp and getting rid of all like that build-up and stuff. Now you can just leave it there and move on to conditioner, but like I said, I'm a double cleanse kind of girl, so I like to first go in with the clarifying shampoo to kind of get rid of all of that like oil and grime and product build-up from my scalp, and then I like to go into something that's a little bit more hydrating because I do bleach my hair, so it can get a little dry, so I like to make sure it's really getting the hydration it needs so I don't have any breakage or anything like that. So my current favourite shampoo and conditioner combo is the Bedhead Colour Goddess ones. Oh my god, I can't tell you how amazing these smell. I found out about these from my hairdresser because she used them on me, and I was literally sat with my head in the bowl and she was washing my hair and I was like, you're gonna have to tell me what that is. It smells amazing. And it was these. And I was shocked because I genuinely thought it would be like crazy expensive, but they weren't. I mean, if you're gonna be a hairdresser and you're washing hair every day, I guess you're not gonna want to spend a fortune on shampoo and conditioner, but honest to God, it smells like salted caramel. It's the only way I can explain it. It has this warm, vanilla-y, salted caramel kind of scent to it. I love these in the fall. That's kind of why I repurchased them recently. I like to try different products, but I do always come back to these. I love them. They just smell phenomenal. And again, they're super hydrating, super nourishing. They're great if you have color treated hair. I would definitely recommend you try these if you can get your hands on them. They are pretty much everywhere in the UK. I don't know about how easy they are to get in America, but again, I'll have all the products linked down below so you can check if they're available in your region. I got too excited about the smell to even mention that the smell lingers. Like genuinely, if you wash your hair with these, I washed my hair a little bit too long ago now, and this morning when I was putting my hair in the bun, I could still smell it. I can't even tell you, like my mom, she knows, like if she walks past me, she's like, oh, you use that shampoo and conditioner again, it smells good. I'm like, so genuinely, trust me when I tell you, if you want your hair to smell good, try it. The way that lingers in your hair is some kind of science that more shampoos and conditioners need to be implementing, because genuinely 10 out of 10. Now let's say that that's not your thing, or you can't get your hands on it, or maybe you don't have color treated hair so you don't feel like it's necessary. Another great conditioner is the Pantene Pro V Miracle, I believe, in the rose scent. I'm trying to remember, I used it a little while ago, and again, phenomenal, really hydrating, smells delicious, just an all-round great, reliable conditioner, very affordable from the drugstore as well. Now let's say you're like me and it's been a few days since hair wash day and it's getting a little iffy, but you don't have time to wash it or the energy to wash it, because let's be real, who does at any given point in time? That's where dry shampoo comes in. Now my tried and true is Batiste. They just get the job done, okay? They work amazing. They have some gorgeous scents. I like and have the blush scent and the cherry scent. I like both of these. This one's full, this one's nearly on its way out, hence why I have both. I don't just decide I want to have cherry scented hair one day and use it. I use what I've got, okay? This one's nearly empty. I like them both. They work great. They'll kind of just hide that dirty scalp scent and just make it so your hair doesn't look as greasy and has a bit more volume, so it looks freshly washed even if it's not. Another way to make sure that your hair is smelling good is by using hair perfumes. So my favorite hair perfume of all time is sadly not an affordable product, so I'm gonna include it in this video and just tell you guys about it and recommend it, but I also am gonna give you some other options that are slightly more affordable. So my favorite one of all time, as you've probably guessed, it's everybody's. It's the Gisou, specifically the floral Wild Rose edition. Sucker for anything rose or musky, as you will come to know about me. They are the scents I gravitate towards, unless it's some divine salted caramel smelling thing that smells like dessert. I'm also sold on that too. Anyways, this is quite pricey, but it is worth it in my opinion. It makes your hair smell beautiful, especially in the summer. But obviously this is an affordable product video, so I'm going to include some alternatives specifically from the brand Archive. Now, full transparency, they sent these to me, but this set itself is £20 and you get 4. But the smell of some of these, they are beautiful. So I really love the blue one. This one, it's called A Kind of Floral, and it smells very like floral, flowery, summery. My other favorite, which I feel like I cannot wait to wear this as like winter rolls around and Christmas, it's called Decorated Woods. And again, it is like a muskier scent. It has more of like an aftershave-y kind of smell to it, if you know what I mean. It's still feminine, but like, you know, that more muskier, ambery scent. But it also has like a hint of pine, like pine trees. It just does. It smells like winter. It smells like Christmas. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just amazing. So these two are my favorites. They are amazing. And like I said, they are great if your hair is just like, you would be amazed at how well it holds on to smell, and sometimes we become nose blind to it because it's just around us. So just giving those a little spritz in, they're not going to dry your hair out or anything like that. I would definitely not advocate putting actual perfume that's meant for your skin in your hair. These are designed to go in your hair and be nourishing. Definitely don't put regular perfume in your hair. If you are going to use hair perfume, please get a perfume specifically for hair. Okay, onto oral hygiene. Do I even really need to explain why we need this section? Okay, let's break it down. I don't care how little time you've got in the morning. You are finding 2 minutes at least to do some form of oral care, even if that's just brushing your teeth for 2 minutes. But if you really want to up your oral hygiene routine, make sure your breath is smelling good all day and your teeth are healthy, then these are some of the steps you can do. Okay, first is tongue scraping. I swear by it, okay? This is a stainless steel one. You can get plastic ones. I've tried them. I think the stainless steel ones work better. Obviously from an environmental perspective, they are more sustainable than plastic, but I also think they harbor less bacteria and they tend to be easier to clean than the plastic ones. And essentially all you're gonna do is just run it over your tongue and scrape off that top layer, especially that develops overnight. By scraping your tongue, you are essentially just removing all that bacteria, debris, dead skin cells that kind of accumulate on your tongue. Next is floss, and yes, you need to be doing this. If you don't believe me, ask your dentist, okay? To me personally, I think as long as you're flossing, it doesn't really matter what kind of floss you're using. As long as it's convenient and it's making sure that you're doing it often, power to you. So like for me, for example, I tend to use the floss picks. I know there can be a little bit of discourse about it. I have to say I am looking into getting ones that are a little bit more environmentally friendly because these ones are plastic and I don't really love that. They are single use, so you know, you are adding to landfill. But I also do just love that these can just come with me anywhere. I have a little pot, I put them in my purse, I take them with me after I've eaten out. Just get rid of that food that's stuck in your teeth. It is going to contribute to bad breath. You can just get rid of it sitting there and just rotting and smelling bad, okay? But again, there is like tape floss and all that sort of stuff. You can use a water flosser, anything. Like as long as you are flossing, that's all I ask, okay? And that's all your dentist asks as well. Next up is mouthwash. This for me is a non-negotiable, but it can be viewed as optional. It kind of just depends on what you prefer. I love the Breathco ones. In America, I think it's called TheraBreath. Over here, it's called the Breathco. I'm not sure why the names are different. I assume maybe because there's a brand similarity sort of thing going on. They do a bunch of different flavors. They're all different colors. I know you've probably seen the blue one. I have used that one, love it. The only difference for me with this one is it says it helps fight cavities for 24 hours, whereas the blue one says 12. Do with that information what you will. Plus this one's pink. How cute does that look on your bathroom shelf? Like I genuinely thought this was kind of a gimmick because everyone talks about it and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so cute and it works so well. And I was like, does it work well or is it just cute? Like, no, it really works well. Genuinely, I have never tried a mouthwash like this and I have tried many a mouthwash in my time. They are great for managing bacteria in your mouth and that is going to keep your breath smelling good all day. And last but not least, brush your teeth for 2 minutes at least, okay? I like to use an electric toothbrush. I personally believe, and I think it's been proven to be more effective than a manual one, but as long as you're brushing your teeth, girl, you do you, okay? Okay, as far as toothpaste, I love anyone from Sensodyne. I wouldn't say I had the most sensitive teeth, but I don't know if that's because I've used Sensodyne for such a long time that that's why I don't have sensitive teeth. But this is a clinical repair one. I am terrified of cavities, okay? They scare me. And so pretty much all of my oral hygiene products are gonna be like cavity fighting and teeth strengthening in some aspect. Now it's kind of your call if you want to use mouthwash before or after you brush your teeth. I personally like to use it before because I read that it kind of stops that transfer of bacteria onto your toothbrush, and also I don't want to rinse out the kind of goodness and the protection that the toothpaste gives your teeth, because when you brush your teeth, obviously there is still some like toothpaste residue left there, and leaving that throughout the day is going to strengthen your enamel, and that's what we want. That's what's going to help our teeth not kind of be prone to cavities or break or things like that. So I like to use mouthwash before, but some people like to use it afterwards. I did a bit of research and it's very divided. I think it's just one of those things, so do with that information what you will. I don't think it matters which order you use it in or if you use it at all. As long as you're brushing your teeth, that's all anyone can ask, okay? So for keeping your breath fresh on the go, there are kind of two options that I reach for typically, and the first one is like regular chewing gum, which I feel like is quite obvious. I like the Wrigley's Extra Whitening sugar-free one. I don't have it on me, it's in my car, but it just works great. It's great for refreshing your breath. I like the fact that it's sugar-free and it has like certain benefits for teeth whitening. How much that actually works is debatable, but I like the fact that it's sugar-free, okay? The other thing that I used to use a lot more and I use less so now is Listerine mouthwash tabs. And the reason being is because when I was at school, we wasn't allowed to chew gum. So these were just great because you just pop them on your tongue and they just melt and they kind of give your breath that freshness without having to like chew on a mint or gum or anything like that, because if you got found with that, you got punished, which I think is the stupidest thing. I think the reason why they were so bothered about it is because people used to like stick it under the table, which is disgusting, by the way. If you do that, shame on you. Gross. Just because some people were gross, the rest of us got punished, okay? So if you are in school and you're not allowed gum, I would recommend the Listerine tabs. They are great. You can get them on Amazon and they work really well. On to our last section, which is the post-shower body care smell good routine. So firstly, let's talk body moisturizers. Now, like I said previously with the shower gel situation, I have very sensitive skin, so I have to be, again, a little bit more careful. I know it's so boring with what kind of products I use because sometimes the fragrance can be a little bit too much. But if you don't have sensitive skin, then go crazy with with the scented products, girl, I envy you. So there are 2 products I would recommend if you have skin on the more sensitive side. The first being this Nivea body moisturizer. Just says body lotion, rich, nourishing. The glow, I put this on this morning, I don't know if you can tell from my chest. The glow this gives you is unlike any other moisturizer I've tried. It is so affordable as well. I swear by Nivea, my grandma used to use it. I'm pretty sure she still does. Nivea cream as her moisturizer and stuff like that. So the smell of it is really nostalgic to me. There is genuinely no other body moisturizer that does for my skin what this does, especially when it's dry or my eczema is flaring up or anything like that. It just really delivers that hydration, and I'm like walking about like a disco ball just glowing because it just leaves my skin so hydrated. Even like I put it on before I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning, like it's there still. It's not like sticky and heavy or anything like that, but it just really makes your skin hydrated and just all round super glowy. Another moisturizer that I actually got kind of recently but have been loving so far is the Versed Gentle Retinol Body Lotion. This has, of course, clues in the name, retinol in it, and the reason why I love this so much is because the retinol is what is going to kind of even out your skin tone. So if you are prone to KP, or you have maybe dark spots around your elbows and knees, or maybe scars or strawberry legs or anything like that, body acne, this is going to even out your skin tone more so than anything else, because the retinol is really going to speed up that skin cell turnover, which is just going to leave you with the most even complexion. I have been using this for like a few weeks and I've already seen such a difference on my legs. I was a clumsy kid, so I was always falling over, and I have so many like scars from little scrapes and cuts that I used to get, and it has done wonders for just evening out my legs and my back as well. I used to have really bad body acne and I have some scarring going on, and it has just helped with that tremendously, so I cannot recommend this enough. I put it on my hand because I was like, I don't really remember having a smell, and it really doesn't. It doesn't really smell of anything, so you could use this and then you could go in with a scented product if you'd like, but I find this just works really well to just get my skin kind of glowing and looking lovely. Now, if you are looking for a scented body lotion, and like I said, I am prone to using them on special occasions, again, the Sanctuary Spa line, the Lily and Rose one, they do a body lotion and a body butter. Both are incredibly hydrating. Both smell delicious. They smell, like I said, like an English country garden. They are gorgeous. They smell divine. So I would definitely recommend. If you know about this, then this shouldn't come as a shock to you. But if you don't, I'm about to change your life. This is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid. Now, it's not specifically the Ordinary one. I'm pretty sure other brands do glycolic acid. This is just one that was at my local Boots and I picked it up. The way this product, or the ways this product can be used, I'm pretty sure has no limit. If you don't know, get to know. This works for literally everything. Specifically, in context to this hygiene routine, putting this under your arms or on your feet. And the reason for this is because it is going to exfoliate dead skin cells that hold on to odor. So glycolic acid, if you didn't know, is an AHA, which basically just means it's like a type of acid that removes dead skin cells, but more gently. The other thing is, because this is an acid, it lowers the pH of your skin, which essentially just means that bacteria doesn't thrive as well on it. What this is great for is if you put this under your arms or on your feet, especially those areas, they won't smell. It's amazing. That's not to say like you don't need deodorant and things like that, of course, but putting this on regularly after a shower or anything like that, not only is it going to have the area really smooth, it's going to prevent odor. It's not going to stop it. It doesn't work as a deodorant, just to clarify, but it is going to limit the smell that you get. So if you do sweat and your deodorant does break, then it's not going to smell nearly as much as if you weren't using this, because it's just lowered the pH of your skin, and the bacteria is like, I don't like it here. This is too acidic. That was my little impression. Anywho, it works amazing for it. I, again, love using this on my feet. It really helps with like, if you have foot odor and your feet sweat a lot, but also for cracked heels and stuff like that, it works really well for softening them. Again, this is great to use if you have KP, dark spots, because it is going to exfoliate that skin over time. So now let's talk deodorants. If you are a natural deodorant girly, I take my hat off to you. I know that aluminium in deodorants and antiperspirants are supposedly, and I say supposedly because the evidence is a little bit conflicting, but supposedly not that great for you. However, I am a sweaty, anxious girl, and I don't think that I should be punishing those around me because I'm worried about my health. Maybe that's a people pleaser thing to say, I don't know. But I will gladly harbour using aluminium in my deodorants to save those around me from bearing witness or smelling me when I'm stressed. Because the way that I sweat, you would think that I was like some football player or something like that. Like, genuinely just sitting here answering a phone call and I'm like sweating. So I need something that is heavy duty, and I tell you, I have been through so many deodorants to just try and find one that can keep up with me. I found it and I'm gonna share it with you, of course. This is the Triple Dry Fresh Roll-On. It says 100 hours. I don't know about 100 hours, but definitely 48. And it smells good too. But this stuff, you are not going to sweat for 48 hours. I put it on at night time. It says put it on at night time and then wash it off in the morning. So I'll put it on at night time, I'll go to the gym, I'll come home, have a shower, and I won't reapply it. I do not break a sweat at the gym. I do not break a sweat answering an email. I do not break a sweat. I used this on holiday and it was like 40 degrees and I did not sweat. Maybe that's not good. I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's completely healthy, but it made me feel confident. It didn't bother the people around me. And so if you are a sweaty girl, or you have hyperhidrosis, or you are just looking for something that is gonna make sure you don't smell, maybe you do a lot of sports, maybe when you're at school, this is gonna be your best friend. Trust me, it really works. Better than any other deodorant I've ever tried. So, would recommend. And again, sensitive, doesn't bother me. The other product that I would say that is more of an on-the-go kind of product that I have been loving is this Sure whole body deodorant. This is in the scent Wild Rose. This smells really nice. Again, sucker for anything that's rose scented, as we know. And this can just go everywhere. It's like one of those whole body deodorants. I'm so happy that these are becoming more popular because they work so great. The places it says you can use this are under your arms, under your boobs, which is really not a problem for me, but if you have a larger chest than me, then go for it, and anywhere on your body and your feet. So I think this is great. I use this on my feet quite a lot because I don't like the idea of like taking my shoes off at the end of the day and then just them smelling sweaty. So using this, it stops that foot odor, but it's also great just to stick in your bag, and then when you're on the go, if your deodorant breaks or if you're just extra sweaty in certain areas, you can pop this on and it's just gonna make sure that you are smelling as fresh as a daisy, like you just hopped out the shower. Oh, my legs. I'm sat cross-legged and I've got a really bad cramp in my bum now. We are now at our last 3 products, and they are fragrance. They are actually all from the same brand, and I love this brand. It is so affordable, and that brand is Dossier. Now, this is not sponsored, okay? This is not sponsored. These perfumes are incredible. Let me be the first to say. Because they are the whole concept is they are inspired by higher end brands, but a more affordable price. So I believe that these are around the 25 to 30 pound mark, which for a perfume is affordable. Let's be real, because most perfumes, you're looking at like £100 plus, okay? So if you want a perfume that smells high end without the high end price tag, Dossier is gonna be the brand to look at. So I have 3 here. These 3 are my favorites from Dossier that I've tried, and I'm just gonna talk you through them and give them as a recommendation because, like I said, if you have not tried Dossier before, I would highly recommend it. Like I said, super affordable and they smell way more expensive than they actually are. So the first one is Ambery Cherry. This one, I think it's inspired by the Tom Ford cherry one, and it smells beautiful. It smells a little bit like a cherry bakewell. It has that sort of like almondy undertone to it. It's very sweet. My dad loves this one. Whenever I wear this one, he always compliments me on it. It just smells gorgeous. Again, all these perfumes last really well, and it smells like very desserty without being headachy, if that makes sense. You know, like some perfumes can be a little bit like give you a headache. No, this is really smooth, but it smells delicious. Next is Ambery Jasmine. This one, I think it's inspired by the Valentino Born in Roma, I believe. Again, beautiful. It smells divine. My favorite scent of all time is like jasmine plant. We have one in our garden, and every year, whenever it's out, I will cut so much off it and just put it around my room so I can just smell it. Such an amazing smell. And this just perfectly reflects it, but in like a muskier way with the amber, and it smells gorgeous. It smells amazing. So again, another great recommendation. And last but not least, my favorite of all time Dossier perfume, and you can tell because I'm nearly out of it, is the Floral Rose. Are we surprised? If we are, we shouldn't be. It is gorgeous. I talked about this in a monthly favorites video on my shorts and on my TikTok, and the way I explained it is if you were walking through a rose garden and someone was burning incense. And I feel like that's the best way I can explain it. It has that, again, muskier aftershave-y kind of scent to it, but it still smells very feminine and very classy. So I would definitely recommend if you are more of floral girly, but you don't want anything that's too super sweet, especially as we head into fall. I feel like this is going to be a great seasonal transition fragrance, whereas these ones are definitely more spring, summer kind of vibe. And there we go. That is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions about any of the products or any recommendations that I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. If you made it to this point in the video, please subscribe, like this video. It supports the channel more than you know. And if you're seeing this part, comment this emoji to let me know you made it to this point in the video. And I will see you in the next one.